special, I really am not. But I really believe that God has given a message to me today that I think is unique for you guys. If you don't understand, I absolutely love your guys' pastor. Your youth pastor is the most amazing. I'll be honest with you. I've got a chance to go all over the nation, and can I be honest with you guys? You guys have one of the best youth pastors I have ever seen. I don't say this, I've never said this ever, but your guys' youth pastor and his wife are the most amazing people. Last time I was down here, I remember going back and I called my wife back on the phone and I said, you know what? I don't know what it is about him, but he's someone I really can call friend. And there's not many people that I really can be like, oh my gosh, but I went home and I remember we were texting the next day, we were making jokes about him collecting offerings through text messages, and since then we've had this awesome, be able to connect with each other awesomely, and I just absolutely, so give it up for your youth pastor. And his wife. Give it up for both of them. Man, you guys have been awesome. There's a show that I really like. I watch it all the time. Have you guys ever seen the show Pawn Stars? That's one of the most amazing shows I've ever seen. I love watching it, and what they do on the show is people bring in their stuff and they try to determine how much it's worth. So they'll bring in old objects, you know, old things or new things that are worth a lot of money, and they'll bring it in, and the people on the show have to determine how much it's worth. And there's two ways that they determine how much it's worth. The first one is, what is someone willing to pay? And the second one was, who owned it? Those two things determine so much. So I began to do some research. And I wanted to find some unique objects or things that people would sell and how much they would sell for. So I looked online and I found that a half-eaten sandwich eaten by Britney Spears was sold on eBay. Can anyone guess how much it was sold for? Over
9,000.
Close.
400.
Almost. $500. Oh my gosh. I almost heard it. Between all of them, it was $500. Britney Spears' half-eaten sandwich was for $500. And her ex-boyfriend's, K-Fed, was purchased for $20. But her former boyfriend, Justin Timberlake, oh my gosh! Piece of his French toast, partially eaten, was sold for, have you heard this before? You bought it? $1,000 for his half-eaten French toast. So I began to do some more research. And this one is for Jen. And Jen here, she was saying, you're having a difficult time naming your kid. Well, someone sold the rights to name her baby on eBay for $15,500. The name was sold. Yes. No. It was sold to Golden Palace Vendetto, which ended up being the name of the baby. Golden Palace Vendetto. Yes. A man went on eBay and he tried to sell his liver. The bid went as high as $5.7 million before eBay pulled it from its site, stating it's illegal to sell body parts. So don't go home and try this on your own, it won't work, it's not gonna happen. Okay, they found it. These people did some research and they found the meaning of life. Yes, it was sold on eBay. The meaning of life was sold for $3.26.
I got it.
Yes, compared to Britney and Justin T's half-eaten food. It was nothing. They didn't tell you because you had to buy it. So I didn't pay for it, $3.26. It was the meaning of life. These people gave that much money because they believed it was worth that much. And there was a question as I began to develop when I was in high school was, how much am I worth? Am I valuable? There was questions that rang up in my head all the time of, who am I? Am I important? Does anybody really care about me? I remember asking myself and searching through questions of, if I died, would anybody notice or would anybody care? Does anybody know, or would anybody come to the funeral? What would their reactions be? And my questions said, well, really, who am I? Am I important? And in order to be able to clarify or to be able to understand who you are, we've got to first understand who you're not. And as I began to research, I went through the story of David. David's one of my favorite characters of all time. And what happened was a prophet, his name was Samuel. He was supposed to go and anoint the king, the next king of Israel. So he goes to a man named Jesse's house because this is what God had told him to do. And he goes to Jesse's house and says, one of your kids, I need you to bring them all before me, and one of your kids is going to be king. But before he goes and anoints the up-and-coming king, if you can, 1 Samuel 17, verse 6. Before Samuel can anoint anyone, he sees people that look like they have the appearance, look like they have what it takes to be king. They have what it looks like, the stature and all these things. But God tells Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I rejected him. The Lord does not look on the things that man looks at. Man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks on your heart. Now, I talked to Brent this past week, and he said you guys would be willing to